in the heart of the African savanna, where the sun beats down mercilessly and the air is thick with the scent of dust and life. A tale of survival unfolds that is as gruesome as it is fascinating. Imagine a sleek, majestic leopard, its golden coat speckled with the shadows of acacia trees, prowling through the underbrush. But this is not a story of elegance and grace. Instead, it is a chilling account of a creature besieged by an unexpected and horrifying foe. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is met with a shocking sight: a gaping wound, a grotesque hive of angry bees embedded in the leopard's flank. The once proud predator, now a victim of nature's cruel whim, reveals a dark narrative that intertwines the lives of humans, animals, and the relentless forces of nature. The wound, a raw and pulsating mass, is not just an injury but a testament to the leopard's resilience. It teems with the frantic activity of thousands of bees, their tiny bodies buzzing in a chaotic symphony of life and death. Each bee, armed with its stinger, is a soldier defending its home, and in this case, that home has become the very flesh of the leopard. This bizarre infestation raises questions that echo through the savanna. How did this happen? What drove these bees to invade the territory of one of nature's most formidable hunters? The answer lies in the delicate balance of ecosystems, where the actions of one species can have devastating consequences for another. As we delve deeper into this strange phenomenon, we discover that the leopard, in its quest for sustenance, may have inadvertently disturbed the bee's hive. Perhaps it was a careless swipe of its paw, or maybe the sweet scent of honey lured it in. Whatever the cause, the result is a horrific entanglement of predator and prey, a vivid illustration of nature's often brutal reality. The bees, driven by instinct and survival, swarm the wound, injecting venom and causing excruciating pain. The leopard, in a desperate attempt to escape, thrashes and rolls. But the more it struggles, the more it becomes enmeshed in the sticky web of chaos. In a scientific sense, the venom from bee stings can lead to anaphylactic shock, a potentially fatal reaction that could spell doom for our feline friend. The wound becomes infected, a festering reminder of the intersection between the animal kingdom and the unforgiving laws of nature. The once majestic leopard, now a canvas of suffering, symbolizes the harsh realities faced by creatures in the wild. It is a world where survival often comes at a price, and even the mightiest can fall victim to the smallest of foes. Yet, as we reflect on this dark tableau, we must also consider the role of humanity in this narrative. The encroachment of human development into natural habitats has disrupted the delicate balance of ecosystems. Pesticides, habitat destruction, and climate change have all contributed to the plight of both bees and leopards, forcing them into increasingly desperate situations. The bees, once vital pollinators, now find their homes invaded and their survival threatened, leading to aggressive behaviors that can spill over into the lives of other animals, including the very predators that once roamed these lands freely. In this twisted tale of survival, we find a moral that is as unsettling as it is profound. Our actions have consequences, and the interconnectedness of life is both a blessing and a curse. The leopard, a symbol of strength, now becomes a reminder of vulnerability, while the bees, often seen as mere nuisances, reveal their crucial role in the ecosystem. It is a stark reflection of the world we inhabit, where the lines between predator and prey blur, and where the impact of human choices reverberates through the animal kingdom. As we conclude this dark exploration, one cannot help but chuckle at the irony of it all. The leopard, a creature known for its stealth and ferocity, has become a victim of a buzzing brigade of tiny insects. Who would have thought that the king of the savannah could be outsmarted by a swarm of bees? Perhaps it serves as a reminder that in the grand tapestry of life, even the mightiest can have their day turned upside down by the smallest of adversaries. So, the next time you swat away a bee, remember the lesson of the leopard sometimes. It's best to leave nature's little warriors alone. After all, you never know when you might find yourself on the wrong end of a sting operation. In the shadowy heights of the Himalayas, where the air is thin and the snow blankets the jagged peaks, a snow leopard prowls with a grace that belies the horror it carries. This majestic creature, known for its ethereal beauty and elusive nature, bears a wound that tells a story of survival marred by tragedy. Emerging from its fur is a grotesque parasitic flower, a vivid splash of color against the drab white of its coat. This flower, a cruel twist of nature, has taken root in the leopard's flesh, feeding on its blood and nutrients, while simultaneously releasing toxins that cause excruciating pain. The leopard, a symbol of strength and resilience, now embodies a macabre dance between life and death, as it struggles to navigate the harsh terrain with a wound that festers and weeps. But the story does not end there. As if the parasitic flower were not enough, this unfortunate snow leopard is also plagued by an infestation of barnacles. Yes, barnacles. In the heart of the African savanna, where the sun blazes down and the air shimmers with heat, a creature of majestic beauty roams. But today, we delve into a darker tale, one that reveals the fragility of life and the harsh realities of nature. Imagine, if you will, a once proud lion, its coat a striking white, now marred by a horrific wound. This is not just any injury, it is a grotesque testament to the relentless march of nature's most insidious creatures, insects. As we draw closer, the sight is both captivating and repulsive. The lion's flank is a canvas of suffering, a gaping wound that has become a breeding ground for a swarm of insects. Flies buzz incessantly, their wings a blur as they flit about, drawn to the scent of decay. The wound, festering and raw, is a perfect environment for these opportunistic pests. Here, we witness the brutal reality of survival, where the line between predator and prey blurs in the most unsettling of ways. Insects, often dismissed as mere nuisances, are nature's scavengers, playing a crucial role in the ecosystem. Yet, in this instance, they are the harbingers of suffering. The white lion, once the apex predator, now finds itself at the mercy of these tiny tyrants. The infestation is not just a physical ailment, it is a psychological torment. Each bite from the voracious larvae burrowing into the flesh is a reminder of its vulnerability. The lion, a creature that once commanded respect, now lies in a state of despair, its regal mane dulled by the weight of its affliction. The science behind this infestation is as fascinating as it is disturbing. Flies, particularly the notorious blowfly, are drawn to open wounds, laying their eggs in the moist, warm environment. Within hours, these eggs hatch into maggots, which begin to feast on the decaying tissue. This gruesome banquet accelerates the decomposition process, creating a cycle of life and death that is both horrifying and essential. The maggots, in their ravenous consumption, inadvertently clean the wound. But at what cost? The lion's suffering is profound, a stark reminder of the brutal realities of nature's design. As we observe this tragic scene, we cannot help but reflect on the moral implications of our existence. Humans, with our insatiable appetite for land and resources, encroach upon the habitats of these magnificent creatures. We pave over their territories, fragment their populations, and disrupt In the vast, shimmering waters of the ocean, a tragic scene unfolds, one that challenges the very essence of beauty in nature. Here we have a dolphin, a creature often celebrated for its grace and intelligence, now marred by a horrific wound that tells a story of suffering and survival. The dolphin, once a symbol of joy and freedom, now drifts through the water with a gaping hole in its side, a grisly testament to the dark side of marine life. This wound is not merely a result of a predator's attack or a collision with a boat. It is the result of a gruesome infestation of mussels, a phenomenon that is as fascinating as it is disturbing. As we dive deeper into the waters, we begin to understand the nature of this infestation. The dolphin's body, a once pristine canvas, is now a host to countless mussels, those small, bivalve mollusks that cling tenaciously to surfaces. These creatures, often found in clusters, have taken over the dolphin's flesh, boring into its skin and muscle, feeding off its nutrients and leaving behind a trail of devastation. The sight is nothing short of grotesque. The mussels, with their hard, rough shells, contrast starkly against the soft, vulnerable flesh of the dolphin, creating a haunting image that lingers in the mind. Mussel infestation in marine mammals is a complex issue, often exacerbated by environmental factors and human activity. These mussels, which thrive in polluted waters, can attach themselves to any available surface, including the skin of unsuspecting marine animals. As they proliferate, they create a condition known as biofouling, where the sheer number of mussels can lead to serious health issues for their host. In this case, the dolphin is not just battling the physical pain of the wound. It is also fighting a losing battle against infection and the depletion of its resources. In the heart of the countryside, where tranquil landscapes brush against the horizon, a chilling spectacle emerges. A majestic white horse, its once pristine coat now marred by a horrific wound, an angry hive of bees embedded within its flesh. This unsettling scene compels the viewer to wonder how such a beautiful creature could succumb to such a grotesque plight. The gruesome reality unfurls as we delve into the depths of this creature's suffering, illustrating the haunting consequences of a bee infestation gone horribly awry. What led to this dark twist of fate? How does nature, in all its wonders, sometimes turn on its own? The wound, resembling a foul, festering sore, pulsates grotesquely, revealing the chaotic world of apiary aggression. A colony of bees, enraged and alarmed, has sought refuge in an unsuspecting victim, the white horse having unwittingly invaded their territory. In moments of confusion, bees often swarm a perceived threat with their stingers, and to the untrained eye, it may seem like an isolated incident. However, an actual invasion by these stinging insects can occur when they're high. In the icy expanse of the Arctic tundra, a haunting spectacle unfolds. A white fox, once a symbol of grace and agility, now bears a grotesque burden. Its fur, usually pristine, is marred by a horrific barnacle wound that festers like an open sore, a stark reminder of the cruelty that nature can impose. This is not merely an injury. It is a testament to the relentless struggle for survival in an unforgiving world. As the camera zooms in, the barnacles cling tenaciously to the fox's skin, their hard, calcified shells glistening in the pale sunlight. Like sinister jewels, each barnacle, a tiny fortress, has established a home on the vulnerable creature, feeding off its life force while offering nothing in return. Barnacle infestation, while often associated with marine life, can occur in unexpected environments, including the fur of land animals. These crustaceans, typically found on rocks and ships, can attach themselves to any surface that offers a suitable substrate. In this case, the white fox, perhaps seeking warmth or comfort, has unknowingly provided a breeding ground for these parasites. The barnacles thrive, their feeding mechanisms piercing the fox's skin, drawing nutrients, and causing inflammation. The wound, a festering mass of infection, becomes a battleground where the fox's immune system fights a losing war against its unwelcome guests. As the infestation worsens, the fox's health declines. It becomes a shadow of its former self, struggling to hunt and evade predators, its energy sapped by the relentless drain of the barnacles. This grim scenario serves as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of life. Humans, in their quest for progress, often overlook the delicate balance of ecosystems, inadvertently introducing species that can wreak havoc on unsuspecting wildlife. The white fox, a victim of circumstance, embodies the tragic consequences of this imbalance. Yet, amid this dark narrative, a flicker of humor emerges. One might ponder if barnacles could talk. Would they complain about their choice of residence? We thought we were moving up in the world, and now look at us, stuck on a fox. The absurdity of the situation contrasts sharply with the